Have you ever met anyone that went out of their way to make you feel dumb? Or that person that wanted you to be aware of how very smart they are? Well, in my early 20s, I came across that person and she was everywhere. In my family home evening group, at group activities, she was everywhere. She would use these enormous words that no one knew the meaning of. Occasionally, she would call me out to see if I even knew the meaning of, but I never did. One day she did a school survey to see how many female authors a person could name. On the spot, I couldn't name many. Every interaction that I had with this girl, I found myself wishing that I had read more. But the truth was, I just didn't have the time. I worked full time and I went to school full time. My stress level was up to here. There was just no time to do anything. I didn't even have a social life. There was not any time to pick up a great book to read for leisure. Today, I'm going to help you with something that I wish someone had helped me out those many years ago, and that is why you should read for 30 minutes every day. There's been many studies done about reading for 30 minutes every day, and they all have similar results. I'm only going to talk to you about one study done in the UK and a couple statistics in the US. You might be thinking right now about the reason or reasons why you don't read or don't read much at all. Well, you're not alone. Dr. Josie Billington did a study of the benefits to adults of regular reading for pleasure in the UK. She uncovered a few interesting statistics. She discovered that depression stopped 1.2 million adults from reading. She found that time was the biggest gatekeeper from people from reading. Whether that time now went to family or maybe education or their career, 42% of 16 million adults that used to read no longer had the time. She found that there were many people that just didn't like to read. She found that 55% of non-readers didn't find enjoyment in it. She found that 11% of non-readers did not have access to books. They didn't even know if they'd enjoy it or not because they just didn't have access to them. Now, in 2023, in the United States, people from ages 15 to 44, they read for 10 minutes or less. Unfortunately, that's affecting the United States literacy rates. According to the National Center of Education Statistics, people possess low literacy rates. What that means is they're struggling with comparing and contrasting. They're struggling with paraphrasing. They're struggling with low-level inferencing. So you might be thinking, those are some really bad statistics, numbers from the United States. Or you might be thinking, I don't really like to read, or I can totally relate to the time thing like I did in my 20s. And I still don't know if I can fit 30 minutes into my schedule. But before you check out, let me tell you what you can get out of this. Reading can help you mentally and physically, and it's not going to make you sweat like exercise. According to Healthline.com, reading can help with all that stress that you feel every single day. In 2009, research was shown that it had a lot of the same benefits as yoga. It lowered blood pressure and it lowered heart rate. Reading can also help with the symptoms of depression. A good book can help sweep you off into another person's world, momentarily forgetting yourself. There's also self-help books that can help a person work through symptoms. Reading every night will help a person get a better night's sleep. So subsequently, they can be more alert and more productive the next day. Reading every day helps strengthen your brain and increase your vocabulary, making you more successful in school, in your career, and in your relationships. In 2013, research showed that on MRI scans, that brain connectivity increased as a book was being read. If you're healthier mentally and physically, then you can prioritize your life, and reading 30 minutes every day will be easier. Now, I remember thinking the first time that I went to read, I remember thinking, like, am I going to do this for a week? Or is this going to be just something like a New Year's resolution? Is that what you're thinking too? But remember, with great choices come great rewards. Imagine the next time you're winding down for bed. Are you going to pick up the remote to watch some TV? Or are you going to pick up an amazing book? Imagine the next time you sit down to eat lunch. Are you going to pull out your phone and scroll through Instagram or Twitter? Or are you going to pick up a great book? Which one is going to strengthen your brain and increase your vocabulary? Which one is going to help you become more successful at work and at school? Now that we all agree that books are amazing, don't tell anyone, but I don't have the budget to buy books, or the time to go to the library, or the time to return them. Luckily, the internet has provided a solution for us. All we need is 30 minutes, a small 30 minutes. Most people are awake for about 15 hours a day. That's 900 minutes. If you could take 30 minutes away from that 900 minutes, and that could be while you're eating lunch or while you're winding down for bed, that 30 minutes can go to helping the literacy problem or making you healthier and more productive every day. I've given you a sheet of paper. On that sheet of paper, make a list of topics or books that you're interested in. So when you lose interest, you can always go to a next book or next topic that you might be interested in. On that sheet of paper or different websites, you could always have free access to books on all of these websites. One of them is worldwidelibrary.com. Anywhere you are in the world, you can have free access to a book. Don't be like me when I was in my 20s. Read for 30 minutes every day, and you can have a healthier, more successful lifestyle.